Hi everyone, and welcome to Anne's Family Recipe. Today I am making the most decadent Magic Brownie Bars. So a couple of weeks ago, I went to a family wedding, and in Pittsburgh, I don't know if you know this, but the tradition is to have a wedding cookie table. So most couples have a wedding cake, and then they also have a huge table covered with homemade cookies, and it's all the bride and groom's family and friends who contribute hundreds of dozens of cookies to the wedding cookie table. In fact, a couple years ago, 2 or 3 years ago now, I went to the world's largest wedding cookie table. It was like proclaimed by the Guinness Book of World Records that that's what it was, very close to where I live. And I have a whole video about that, so I'll link that down below so you get a little more insight into the tradition. At this wedding, I had the most amazing bite-sized magic bars, or 7-layer bars, they're oftentimes called. Sometimes they have a graham cracker crust, but these had a brownie crust. And I love them so much. My kids love them. I thought I have to recreate these. So that is what I'm going to share with you today. Like I mentioned earlier, sometimes Magic Bars have a graham cracker crust, but I love chocolate, so I'm making them with a brownie crust today. And I just prepared a standard box of brownie mix according to the package directions, and I always like mine fudgy rather than cakey, so I used 2 eggs, a half a cup of vegetable oil, and a 1/4 cup of water. I mixed this all together until it was thoroughly combined, and then I spread it into a 13 by 9 inch glass baking dish that I lined with aluminum foil and then sprayed with nonstick baking spray. Next are all the delicious toppings. Now, any of these are optional, or you can substitute them for something else. I'm starting with 1 cup of butterscotch chips, and I've seen a lot of recipes where you could replace those with peanut butter chips if you prefer that flavor. I'm also using 1 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips, 1 cup of sweetened shredded coconut flakes, and then a little less than a cup of chopped pecans. And as if that wasn't decadent enough, you pour an entire 14-ounce can of sweetened condensed milk all over the top. And you want to try and cover everything because this sort of protects the coconut from burning and also sticks all of those toppings into the brownies. And there's always a little bit left at the bottom of the can that I will enjoy momentarily. So clearly these are incredibly sweet and rich, and I added this secret ingredient which is not essential, but I really enjoyed it. It's these Maldon sea salt flakes. So I bought these on Amazon. I'll link them for you down below. I think it was about $6 or $7 for this very large package, and it's sort of a finishing salt. So you don't need a lot, you just sprinkle it over sweet things or savory things just to add a mild salty flavor. And of course, in this case, it's gonna cut through some of that sweetness, and it tasted amazing. These brownies baked in my oven at 350 degrees for about 37 minutes. I started checking them at the 20-minute mark, and then every 3 to 5 minutes I would just peek in. I did not want that sweetened condensed milk to burn, but I did want it to turn this nice golden color. That's sort of your indicator that they are ready to go. Lining your glass baking dish with aluminum foil makes these so easy to remove, and then you can just slice them into whatever size pieces you want. The nice thing is that if you make 1 tray of these, it'll feed a lot of people because they are so sweet. You're probably going to want to cut these pretty small if you can resist. They are so gooey and rich and absolutely delicious. And I forgot to mention, make sure you allow these to cool before you cut into them. These were kind of at room temperature, maybe still a little bit warm, and those chocolate chips and butterscotch chips were really melty on top. So, so good. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram at Aunt's Family Recipe, and give this video a thumbs up if you liked my Magic Brownie Bars. Thank you so much for joining me here in my kitchen. Well, I'm not currently in my kitchen, but earlier in my kitchen. And I'll see you again soon with more family recipes.